Hi, it's Mylochka again, and one more time I'm going to take you through a demonstration of going through and doing some simple post-work techniques to enhance an image. This time we're going to do a little special effects too, so look forward to that at the end. Okay, here we are in our image, and again we're going to start out with the dodge tool to lighten the areas. Basically, you just look for the areas that are the lightest. It's kind of easy to see in this version of the image that is pixelated because of the capture program I used. Um, so those areas of lightness really stand out. Oh my goodness, I can't believe I just went through and lightened his chest. I do a lot of glamour shot pictures of women, so I maybe force of habit here. Okay, um, go down to a smaller size and highlight inside the highlight again to give dimensionality, to give a little more roundness. Ooh, no, that looks like he's got white blush. Oh, good, I'm glad I changed my mind on that one because that really looks awful. Okay, we're going through again, looking for those areas where the light seems to be hidden, and going through and shaping. This fella, this muscular fella, is again, I'm going with the cleavage. Well, in my defense, he's working with a laser torch of some sort here, and it's going to be casting a light. We're going to enhance it so it looks like it's really casting a lot of light. So maybe it's the reflection of the laser off of his sweaty, gleaming chest. Okay, and I'm going down to one more smaller size. Oh, I'm really playing up the cleavage there. Okay, and again, here just hitting some spots, hitting some highlights. I'm really highlighting him a lot because he is supposed to look like he's sweating. He's really want to emphasize those muscles because this is about a character who's very strong. Yeah, that was a little bit too much. So going in, trying to work on the face. The face is a little bit all one color here, so we need to definitely get some highlights, add some highlights there. I just don't seem to be having any luck on this. As you see, I don't have a lot of, usually I use the places that are the lightest to guide me. As you see, I don't really have a lot here. The color is kind of flat. Oh, and I'm using my sparkling eye technique to add some personality, to add some luster to his gaze. The eye is one of the first places that we as humans learn to recognize. And so this is something that, without really thinking about it, we look for that convinces us of the verisimilitude of an image. Alright, and taking a very, very tiny little brush, again, and adding some dimension to the eyes, trying to make them look a little rounder, a little more sparkly. Even though, again, this is a tiny portion of his image, it's something that registers on the eye, something that we look for when we look at images of people. Um, we look at the eyes. Okay. Now we're going to start working on this is the special effects portion. We're going to start working on that laser to make it look a little bit more imposing. So I'm going to take the selection tool and select the beam. A lot of people, people who use Wacom pads use the pen tool, but I use this point-to-point selection tool. It works really well for me. So I'm going to make a copy of that, and you see it over here. It's become its own new layer. Now we're working with it on its own new layer. I've blurred it a little because we want to make a glow come from that laser beam. Whatever that thing is, that laser torch thing. Make it brighter. See, there it's become brighter. A little more contrast. It doesn't need to look realistic. It needs to look glowy. Now going into layer style properties, I'm going to play with outer glow. Outer glow is a lovely thing. Well, yeah, it can get out of hand. It takes a little bit to adjust it. There we go. Nice outer glow to this image. And, oh yes, now we're going to pump up the saturation. Yes, make it more colorful. Now one problem here is there's no point of impact. You have this nice bright laser, but it doesn't seem to be having any effect on that surface. So just very simply, I'm going to take the dodge tool and lighten up an area right here so you can see that the laser tool is just about to hit the surface. Just about to go to work on that surface. And now I have applied my action to this the background image. To remember that it goes through and increases the saturation, creates a new layer, increases the saturation and the contrast, Gaussian blurs, and then you change it to a soft light blending mode. I went through and added a spotlight. Now I've gone back to the background and increased the brightness and the contrast so that we can still see the elements of the scene. Very nicely. The laser is blazing away. Oh, and I'm going to put in a lens flare. Very good. Putting in this lens flare on this, there we go. So the light is coming from the laser lens. And this is on that layer that is not entirely, it's transparent. It's, well, there's from where we started. And here's where we ended up. Okay, and here we go. Our final image of our sweating, very masculine, but strangely well-endowed muscle man with his glowing laser. I think I could have even gone more colorful with the laser, made it stand out a little bit more. Hopefully this will inspire you to experiment around, see what you can do with your images. So until I speak at you again, happy rendering.
Good evening, class. Good evening, class. Good evening, class. Good evening, class.